What's up guys, it's Blacken back with the next iteration of RAGL in review. This week we have Unano, Fazzar, and Dick Bones, since all these matches are short, and we'll get right into the first one with Unano.
Battle control initiative.
Alright, so I played Cav on Friday, Mo on Saturday, and now Unano on Sunday for this, so I'm not as rusty as I was. I don't think I'm super rusty anymore, definitely just a little bit of the here and there, but more than enough to play Unano competently, I feel, and we're all familiar with what happened with me and Unano last year, which he took me on the playoffs after I was away for like 3 weeks and super rusty again. And yeah, I'm a turbo player when I'm rusty, what can I say? But this time we're on Yukon territory the proper way, this time on the snow map, which is fine. But as you can see, I built my barracks on the bottom just because I was aware of the engineer acting weird, and if you do it on the bottom, it acts really fine. It'll run there, and it'll get sniped easily. Unano has been known to use some dogs, so it was definitely a choice to go medic first after engineer. That's gonna put me in a little bit of trouble if he does push it in here, but that was just, you know, sometimes you gotta gamble and hope for the best, so it looks like this time I am gonna get away with it, since I actually don't remember what Unano's action is. But just doing my normal build here, gonna not go into a double ref cell, just because, again, on this type of map, the ore mines are a little bit spread out, and you kind of need the ore refs to be in proper position, otherwise you goes on the stuff a little bit. But got the engineer capturing that old derrick, and on the way back to the hospital, gonna keep my army rally there for the most part, and then I change my mind. I could just kind of cover my main in case he's diving there, or just go over to cover my engineer. Gonna leave the one rifle behind always, just in case he wants to try to snipe the oil derrick, or just going with the engineer captured. I can just kill that engineer, maybe pick up a few rifles if he's trying to snipe it. But so far my build order is actually looking good this time around, which is nice to see. It is nice to finally have that rust broken off, since for some reason it's my build order, so I always go to crap on the rusty. But yep, just got the 2 rifles scouting for the hospital, so he's probably there, just in case he is there. You know, I won't lose engineer. I decide to maybe go and check with an early rifle scout on him, since Unano has been known to do some shenanigans early on to kill that rifle scout by the old derrick, or the hospital rather, which is nice. So I'm going to be able to safely capture that, in theory at least. I'm going to start queuing my rockets, queue medics too, because these are always nice to have. Harvesters are doing okay, just gotta fix them a little bit, make sure they're going on the right refs. Nothing too major there. War factory's about to come down. Engineer is capturing the hospital. Got my one rifle starting close to scout him. Maybe I'll intercept him with the engineer or something like that, but he'll probably just die. But I see some rifles scouting there, and both my rifles are dead. Engineer tries to run away, but it decides it wants to move one sill inwards and get snipes. Not much you can do there. Engineer gonna do engineer things. Gonna go for a quicker SD this time around, since this is kind of a weird eco map, and going SD before that second Rex is gonna let me get a new expansion ref out a little bit faster. My scout eventually did die. I don't think he caught anything significant.
Construction complete.
Got the 3rd ref out, 4th harvester out, so I can start pumping that rifles out and rockets as soon as I get that last load in. There we go. Might stall just a second here, but looks like I'll be okay. It should totally be fine from now on. Light tank's out. It's gonna go to the hospital. I keep wanting to call it over there. It's gonna go to the hospital just to check to see if he was trying to capture it, since he did have 5 stack of rifles there. If they're still there, then I might get some crushes. Anyways, it'll be worth it. Looks like he did capture it. He's got 2 rifles left behind. And I get a perfect crush there, and I'm just gonna poke away with that light tank. SD is out. Harvester is a little bit ahead, so I was a little bit slow on something there. Probably placed in a structure. That's okay, it's like 3 seconds there, it's not going to be a big difference at all. MCV's first, and since I only got the 1 light vehicle, I'm going to make sure to keep my infantry nice and neat with that MCV, just in case he is doing like some early push, since I'm going to need the extra armor from the blocks or something like that early on. Still poking away at that hospital, and he hasn't sent anything over there, and I'm not super concerned about him sending something over there. Kind of a waste if he did. I mean, if the light tank, he can probably run away if he gets like rockets or like nothing else can really kill a light tank early on, so pretty safe here. Infantry's kind of moving out the distance halfway between MMC, kind of screening for it. I see an HC, load some rockets, and instantly get 2 crushes, so that's a win in my book. Fortunately, that last rocket tracked, so I lost $100 in value there, but considering killing 2 rockets early is nice. It was really great. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the hospital with my infantry presence there. Since my MCV has pretty much arrived and I got a pillbox ready, I should be okay.
Unit ready.
See one's rifle scout there, but luckily I have a medic, so that saves me a nice $300.
Ready.
I'm just gonna go ahead and poke in, and the medic is taking the rifle fire, and he's gonna get healed up anyway, so great use of the medic there, saved $500 easily.
Unit ready.
That expansion rifle is slowing just a little bit. I probably should have canceled my pillbox there, but
Cancel.
not a big deal. Finally got around to it.
Unit ready.
And Ref's gonna pop out just in time for those harvesters to have to be forced to stop so they don't go all the way back.
Unit ready.
And
Unit ready.
there's the Ref, there we go. Get him on back to the primary, we're good.
Building.
Set my first tank out for a little detachment to the north just in case they expanded there, that's always great. Something like that, it has like medium tank, a few rockets and some rifles, is a great harassing amount like that. It's enough that you have to like respond to it, but it's enough that can quickly kill a harvester. Got my main force protecting my main since I'm not sure where his army is. At the same time, I'm going to be reinforcing that expansion with some pillboxes and stuff like that since that's likely where he's going to hit. Who's that medium tank in front? And I don't see anything there yet, that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and attack this other expansion in the meantime. And then I do see some 2 harvesters there, so that's great. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. Flame tower there, but he's not microing and the first 2 shots miss, so I'm just going to go ahead and poke it. I should be able to kill it. Again, he's not microing, it's just on the tank. He's pulling the harvesters away, which is great on that pillbox. And barracks, see huge force coming in there, but I think I have enough here. Got, you know, some tank and infantry there, so I'm just going to press his other expansion in case he's there. At the same time, he's not paying attention north, so I'm just going to pull those harvesters. Really thought I had the advantage there, but then once I realized he had so much, I pulled the harvesters. Yeah, that's going to sacrifice my eco, but it did let me to hold this position, and hoping that he hasn't paid attention to the north. I don't know if I got an MCV or if he pulled it away, but that attack definitely did its job. No expansion on the left side, so I'm just going to attack his main. And yeah, like my eco is pretty dead here, but he's got 2 heavy tanks left and they're mostly dead. 3 rockets left, and my pillbox is totally going to clean that up, so... Same time, I killed his eco in his main. Got 1 tank coming back there. I'm gonna go ahead and kill that war fracture since it's there. And he goes in and calls the GG. I don't know if that was preemptive or not. If I killed his MCV at the top, then it absolutely was. Maybe he was on 1 MCV. And yeah, he GG'd out there. So pulling harvesters, I think, was actually a really good move there. It's not something you want to do all the time. I think Cab tried to do it in game 1 and it didn't work out for him, but you know, sometimes you got to do it and get those crushes, and just that a little extra armor advantage will save the day for you. But yeah, just kind of a quick game between Unano and I there, just under like 7.5 minutes. So we'll jump into game 2.
Battle control initial building.
All right, so we're back here for the second game with Unano on Bad Company. This map is a lot like Intensity, where it is kind of weird to go, but I think the starting goes just a tad bit better, a tad bit more dense, so your harvesters aren't as retarded. It's just a little bit better in that regard, so it's acceptable. It's not my favorite map, but it is what it is. It's on the lad map, so it's very similar to his Intense map. Just had to go dog first on Unano here. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Prince B who showed me that you could really snipe an engineer if they go engineer first. So I go double dog just to be safe. And I don't even remember what I was planning to do with the second dog anymore, but this first dog can go in, stop to see if I can get that engineer, since it does arrive just a little bit before. Perfect there, I got a rifle out just in case he did the same thing for me for some reason, but he didn't. So the engineer's there, see his engineer, perfect, just in time too, because that rifle was just about to kill that dog, so that's a great win there for me. $200 for a dog, $300 with the kennel, I guess. Still a $100 value, saving the engineer, plus all the eco and economic damage that I've done there. And because I guess I have 6 cents there, I found some grenadiers with the dog. Killed 2 of them, but was busy. Didn't get the 3rd one. Always more important to place down that building rather than go for like macro or micro if you can. Yeah, slowing down your build queue just to kill a rifle is not great. But that second dog, I'm just going to rally it back to my rifle and have it attack order so it goes a little bit faster. And since I know he killed his engineer and I have a dog, I can kind of try to push forward and kill his kill or take his oil derrick. At the same time, I know that grenadier got out in the wild, so I'll just send a few rifles back just to protect myself, just in case, because you know it's always smart to send some rifles to defend a power plant. I know Orb would definitely improve. City went with a second engineer to get the oil derrick, but I got more than enough mass there to push through. His engineer's still trying to run away, but I'm not too worried about it since I'm just going to decap it, and I got my army in a great position to defend there, unless he has some rifles in the backside. You know, 1 rifle was kind of checking on that, but if he had some in the middle, then the engineer would be dead, and I just killed the oil derrick anyway, so not a huge loss there, but I can totally get away with it. engineer caps that oil derrick and just retreats. Perfect. That's what I like to see. Pumping out my rockets now. So this early game has definitely gone my way pretty good. You spend, 800 on an engineer plus, at least 3 grenadiers, and you haven't got any value out of it. I think he's maybe killed 1 rifle, and I've killed at least 2 of his, and he's killed 1 of my dogs. So I'm up on the army department, I'm up on the macro department. Having 2 oil derricks on this map, since it is kind of a low kill, is actually really great. And because of that, I decided that I'm just going to be like really aggressive and do something that I don't think has really happened a lot. And that's like going to be a really early push on his expansion. Finally, those grans are coming in. I see there's a bunch of them. Luckily, I have some rifles back there. Send one to the top. He's going to get at least 2 grans off on the top power plant. That's fine. It's not going to put me low power at all. APC is out, and so I'm just going to rally all my stuff there, since I'm not worried about any more grenadiers unless he's really trying to suicide himself. But yeah, I'm in great shape here. The 3rd ref's out. 3rd harvester's about 3/4 of the way done.
Unit ready.
And yeah, dog's gonna go in and scout. Just make sure he's not gonna do anything sneaky there. But I'm in a great position just to kind of poke on this 3rd ref, and because it is low kill, if I can kill a hard here or just push it off for a little while, that's really gonna help. Make sure that APC's in front. Since I want to tank, and I don't want to reveal too soon, so I can get my infantry as close as I can. Top of that ore. Get the harvester just as it's coming out. I try to use the APC to block and slow it down a little bit, but unfortunately, harvester's going to go away, so just try to go for the ref. And he's got army there, but I don't know why he was so slow to react to it. But I'm going to kill that ref for free, which is absolutely huge. Again, we've already seen what happens on a low eco map when you screw up the macro, and this time it's not so much a scrub, it's more of I've heard him, but losing that ref there, especially on this map, is pretty significantly bad. You can see how much eco I have left on my double line, and it's pretty much none. So he's going to be pretty much dry at this rate. I'm going to send a flak down to the bottom just in case he tries to move an MCU there, but rally all the rest of my forces to the top since it's likely where he's going to expand. And this time I did go for more Raxes before SD. That's totally fine. I have the economic advantage this time, but I'm going to be a little bit slow on the macro because of that. As you can see, I'm kind of running out, but it's alright. Got my flak on assault move just in case he comes there. I see his MCV expansion, so that's perfect. I'm going to use the APC to scout, make sure there's no army coming. There's his army, so he's going to pull it back, but I'm probably going to be able to kill this MCV. Stutter step back just a little bit with those rifles, just to get them a little bit lively, and just try to kill the MCV. He does not get his MCV away, which is pretty bad. My expansion MCV is fully fine. I'm actually having a pretty good engagement up there, and Unano goes and calls GG. I think he would have ended up killing my army there just because he had the heavy tank and everything, but unfortunately for him, he did something weird, which after he lost that 3rd ref, he decided to just move his main MCV out, and that was his only MCV. I don't even think he had an SC when I go back and watch the replay. So, super quick game. It was like 6 minutes that time, so that was probably one of the quicker games I've gone in my entire RAGL career, and it just really got early pressure by me there, kind of set Unano back, and just kind of an interesting move out with his main MCV there that didn't work out for him. So sometimes you gamble. I don't necessarily disagree with the main MCV move out, since built-in MCV would have been longer and just more stalling on eco, but he probably should have had his army there, or at least some scouts earlier to see the army coming. He probably would have been fine, and the game would have evened out a little bit. But yeah, it's just sometimes that's how it be. So we'll jump into the next series, which is Fazzar.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, so we're game 1 against Fazzar on River Crossing 2. This was my pick. I actually kind of like this map. It's such a weird map where it's a little bit weird, but the eco on it's pretty good, and there's a lot of fun things you could do. So I actually voted for it in the map competition. That's probably one of the reasons why it's here, is I give it a pretty high score. You got the 2 oil derricks in the middle, and then there's a gap generator there just to make the early game a little bit spicy, and then you have the neutral power plant that you have to kind of capture to get to your 3rd ore mine in your starting ore, so a little bit spicy there. The only complaint I have about this map is that there should be like a hidden neutral actor off the map that supplies power to the gap gen, because once both players just capture those neutral power plants, the gap gen disappears, and it's kind of sucky. I think it'd be cooler if it stayed. You'd have to capture to sell it or whatever, but I went engineer here first. I'm not super concerned about Fazzar being able to snipe an engineer. You can go engineer first pretty safely, and as long as you get it away from that oil derrick or away from the oil barrel, it won't get exploded, and you'll be able to capture that. I'm also going to kind of be aggressive here and push Fazzar's oil derrick rather early, since I was going with the engineer forward, and there's a chance that he's going to go capture the power plant first. So unfortunately, it did not turn out for well for me. Fazzar also pushed his rifles forward, but get a little bit of payback here and gets 2 rifles in the back. But he goes in. I don't know if maybe he couldn't tell that I was already captured that because of my color, which that's a thing. But he smartly backed away, and I was able to kind of track him down a little bit. Got my second ref out. Definitely gonna war factory cell, or sorry, ref cell this time. It's perfect for this map. You really need that one ref there. Caught him on a great transition right there. Had a really good engagement. I think I killed pretty much all of his rifles. More than enough for me to keep pushing in. Kill the oil barrel, and I don't see him capture anything, so I'm just gonna go and poke and kill that oil derrick. I don't know where his engineer is, but it's either he got scared earlier or what, but definitely gonna be a free win there. He goes in with a 5 stack and I just stop order, and then I catch another 4 stack right there, so this is like the perfect early game. Definitely feeling like I'm on my game now, although it's still a little bit of poor decision making, but that's always gonna happen. At least I'm not super rusty anymore. I'm more than comfortable taking off Fazzar, even though Fazzar is scary when he is good. My record against Fazzar is pretty good, so once again, I think I played this pretty similar to when I played Unano, so having that early game engagement and winning it so thoroughly, I decided to poke the light tank early on to see if I can. I was really just going to kind of do the same thing with the Unano and send on this back ref if I could, and then ORA mine, since it's kind of exposed, you can't really build there with a defense radius, but Fazzar is usually pretty good at scouting, and he's going to have some scouts that prevent that from happening, so I'm going to have to back off in just a second here. Same time, got that 3rd ref out, and can just barely reach, which again, it's kind of the thing about this map is that power plant just barely gets it there. But yeah, Fazzar has a scout there, so I kind of back off because he should expect it, especially with a huge stack like that. Got my 4th harvester out, so I'm just gonna start queuing up my infantry. And there's another scout, so it definitely ensures that I can't attack there. You should definitely be aware. But I'll keep my engineer around there just in case. Got my SD coming out. My 5th harvester is gonna come out just on time. It's gonna be really good. I'm gonna build that ranger just so I have it too. And that'll be really good to hunt down scouts earlier or just screen for see where he's going. Fazzar is really aggressive, so I'm kind of expecting him to attack me. He seems to like to try to out-aggressive my aggressive, which is funny when I try to out-aggressive his aggressive. It's just kind of like a spiral cycle. On this map in particular, something I kind of do a lot is move out my MCV just enough to kind of crawl to that 2nd patch. That gets me more medium tanks a little bit quicker. Gives you a little bit more armor early on in the game, and then you can just kind of be a little bit more aggressive with that. So went 3 medium tanks first. Kind of forgot to build my buildings there, but at very least, I'm not going to stall anytime soon since I got 5 harvesters out. It's another free scout with my engineer, or my ranger rather, so I said cool. Now I'm going to go and see if I can poke that engineer a little bit. Ranger's gonna see another scout right there, so alright, I'm gonna go ahead and kill that, because any more I can die, I might make him pull that army out of his way. So he doesn't have an expansion out on his natural side yet, so I said, okay, cool. I'm just gonna rally all my stuff there. See, he's got a barracks over there, so I'm not gonna be able to cap there on the backside. The ranger's just coming across, catches another scout, see another scout with his main army. So this is really gonna keep him really in the dark. This is gonna make him really paranoid. This would make me really paranoid if it happens to me. See a bunch of his armor right there with my rangers, so it's perfect. That is a great angle of attack for me since I have extra armor here with the 2 medium tanks. Just gonna kind of keep poking with the ranger. See his MCV move out, so this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. See if I can stall that MCV deployment with my ranger a little bit. Might have to sacrifice my ranger if I can, but keep it away. My medium tanks are in pretty good angle, and he just goes right into my army. MCV gets deployed, but the pillbox is not going to help. And all of his army is pretty much getting sacrificed for free. I haven't even lost a medium tank yet. Finally goes down. His medium tank gets no crushes, and he calls it GG. It was a very quick GG, but yeah, he had 0 army after that. I was going to kill his expansion, and that would be it. So even quicker game than Unano, I think. That was 5 minutes, but yeah, we'll jump into game 2. Alright, back here on game 2, once again on Duskwood. I've played half my matches on just this map. that's how popular the map was going into this season. It came out like just before for the map tournament, and it absolutely should have won. But people kind of knew that it was going to win, so they voted against it, which made other maps win. So it was a kind of weird situation, but I was pretty pleased with the last game against Fazzar and how quickly it went. So I got a little bold here in Ukraine once again, and so I wanted to try that IC rush that I did against Mo, just on somebody like Fazzar's caliber to see if I can catch him. I was kind of hoping that after he saw how aggressive I was that first game, he'd play more passive as a kind of a thinking that I'd do the same thing similar. And again, this type of build works better against a passive player. But got my 2 Grenadiers out, which I typically do on this map. They're going to do the same thing they always do. Kill that sandbag, kill that comp center, and then swing around for that old Derek if they can. Engineer's going to capture that old Derek first, because that's going to give me a little bit of extra income, and then I'm going to protect my FCOM with my rifles and just queue them up for there. So complete standard so far, other than the fact that I'm already going triple ref. But, you know, again, Fazzar's not going to know that until he either attacks me or I attack him. So got my rifles in good position, engineers well protected. Grenadiers are doing their thing. I like to kill the barrels first with the Grenadiers, just because it gives a little extra damage on the comm center. This time I was a little slow on it. Could have targeted the barrel first, but yeah, you see it does like 4 grins worth of damage, so kill his comm center. That's always a nice little win. He's gonna kill the Grenadiers, but you know what? They did their job. They killed the sandbag. They got up the building. That's all I can ask for them. Third ref is just starting. I'm gonna wait just a hair before I start that infantry queue, just because I don't want to run too dry too quickly. About 5 seconds now, I'll be really good to go, and it takes about 7 seconds for that rocket to get. So as soon as it's done building, I'll be right on where I need to be. I think I was queuing up 10:15 again. I can't really remember. Probably have looked. But yeah, the ref's gonna come out in about 7 seconds now, and yep, just murdering my harvesters a little bit. Nothing too fancy going on with this early game. I'm not being aggressive. Again, I'm going to be passive and brilliant since I am teching. Just going to get those gems first and then the ore, make sure that gem mine is properly harvesting for the first little bit as it can. Protect my engineers, send those 2 rifles to the bridge. Got my second racks out, which kind of screwed up my build order a little bit. I probably should have just gone straight into the war factory rather than the second racks, but I wanted a little bit extra infantry presence, especially with the gem mine on this map. Gives you a little bit more infantry early on, a little bit better scaling, but don't see any infantry hiding behind that earlier, so I'm like, cool, send my rifles back to the bridge so I can guard that engineer. Yep, looks like I'm only 15-5. I think that's what I was doing the entire time. But yeah, just doing triple ref things, sitting by my base, not doing anything in particular, just doing massive amounts of infantry, because what else am I going to be doing right now? You can see pretty much the entire map with my gigantic monitor, which I think Fazzar now has a gigantic monitor too, so no more excuses. Engineer got the old Derek safely, sent one behind the old Derek, and then just wanted to scout him. My war factory is now down, going into refs, and then not making the mistake of building flax this time. This is how you know, like, I'm actually, like, thinking about my game properly, going straight into the APCs. And since I don't need a test coil, I know I can have some defenses queued, and it's not going to hurt me. At least, not immediately. It might slowly dip into that triple ref income, but I should be okay with that extra gem, so. I'll have to see, although I'm starting to cut close. It's getting down to 500 and 400. Yeah, probably should cancel that flame tower, but maybe I'll be okay. It looks like I'm splitting about 1,000. Radar is about to come out, so that's great. Means I am that much closer to the tech center. Got my advanced power plant out, or rather building the advanced power plant. Radar domes out, power down, gives me an extra 40 power, which I'm definitely going to need. And building airfield this time, because I want those early power bombs, which also is going to slow down a little bit. And this kind of threw me off. Pillboxes and Blackhawks have the same sound, and it's not unheard of for Fazzar to go Blackhawks, but he's never like mint-rushed Blackhawks. But just hearing that pillbox that early made me think that it was a Blackhawk, so I kind of screwed up here and switched to flak tracks, which is not what I need at all. And then I cancel my flame tower since I'm broke, even though I got 5 harvesters out. I really need to start that flame tower, because there's a light tank in my bottom, and there's a big army right there. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna engage into it, and it's a huge army right there. My APC's dead, and I haven't killed any of Fazzar's light tanks, so it was not a Blackhawk rush. It was Fazzar doing his 3 ref light tank rushing to me. And yeah, my army's pretty much dead. My tech center's out, so that's nice, but all I have is a yak as my army right now and 2 flax, which is not what I need. And my expansion's pretty much dead, so kind of like game 1, this game's pretty much over at 5 minutes. I'm going to hold on a little bit longer here because I got some pride or something like that, I don't know, but Fazzar just cleaned my clock, though I cleaned his clock in the first game. Still going to try for that ISC just because, you know, why not? But yeah, I have 3 rockets and 2 flax to my name, which is not the answer to his build at all. And he's even trying to capture my ref engineer. But yeah, there goes my tech center. So all my hard work for nothing. HC doesn't even get any good crushes. 15 seconds left on that IC and it gets cancelled, so my entire building queue is just reset there. And yep, there goes my last 3 rockets. But hey, I still got that 1 flak. I got 1 yak out now, you know. HC gets some good crushes there. And the yak's gonna get some good strafes, maybe. We'll have to see. Got a flame tower out, so you never know. Maybe Fazzar all in me, and this is all he's got. So tried to pull on harvesters. That didn't work out. He's blocking my war factory with light take now, and yeah, that's it. Stolen off the power plant. Engineer died up there. I got 1 rifle left. He's poking away. He's vet 2. Might get to vet 3, but nope, that's it. GG. So yeah, build order did not work out that time. Fazzar just was not passive at all. Totally played the right call there and just did his 3 ref build, which is really powerful on this map because of what he does. He places that war factory up forward, and then you kind of just lose. You don't scout it, and I didn't scout it because I scouted improperly. I heard a pillbox and immediately jumped to Blackhawk, which was not the right answer. So Fazzar just completely outplayed me in that game. Well-deserved win there. And you know, I'm happy with the split with Fazzar. I split with Cav, split with Fazzar. That's pretty good. If all the top expected 4 split with each other, if I split with Creo, and if I split with well, I guess I would be the 4th person there, so I can't split with myself. But yeah, splitting with Creo, splitting with Fazzar, splitting with Cav is about as best I could hope. If I 2-0 one of them, absolutely cool. That'll probably solidify me being in the top spot above somebody and give me the tiebreaker somewhere, but it's early in the season. But yeah, we'll jump into the next series with Duke Bones.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, so we're game 1 with Duke Bones here on Bad Company again, one of the more popular maps on Season 14. It was Bad Company, followed by like Duskwood, and I think some other maps that I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But Duke Bones is a really interesting player. He's kind of at the bottom of the pack on Masters. I think he came up 1 or 2 seasons ago. But kind of like how Creo has like Fazzar's number and he just always seems to win, Duke Bones for some reason plays really well against me, and it's always nobody game against him. So it's always weird how that works out. Like for some reason he just has my number. But spawned his allies, just gonna go engineer first. I don't think he was Soviet, so I'm not so worried about dogs. But just keep an eye on that engineer just in case I do see a dog, because a half second could totally save the engineer's life. But no dog this time, so I transitioned to a medic now. I'm just gonna rally that engineer away since there's only that 1 hole there for this map. Nothing too special going on with this early game. Just got my normal double ref. I'm not going to do the ref cell on this one again because Bad Company has low eco, so you need that extra ref to kind of smooth out your eco, do everything properly. Just doing my normal double ref build order. And then probably going to change that Rax back into an SD first. We'll have to see. I can't remember off the top of my head these games happened quite a while ago, but it's kind of funny how defining moments still are like, oh yeah, I totally remember thinking exactly this in that moment, where it's like this game, it's like, yeah, I don't really remember if I went Rax first or SD first, but I remember exactly how I felt when Fazzar's army showed up right in front of my door, and I went, oh, well, I thought that was not gonna happen. I thought he was rushing Blackhawks, but it is what it is.
Construction complete.
Fire plant goes down. War factor is coming out. Nice and neat. Good timing on everything so far. I think I'm maybe like 1 or 2 seconds behind a build time on buildings because not placing them quickly, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do? Harvesters are fighting me a little bit with the macro, but you know, that's just how it is on these type of maps. Not even bothering scouting Duke Bones right now. He's kind of like an in-between passive and aggressive player, I think. Like, see, he's already scouting me, but it's just 1 rifle. He got almost crushed by the harvester, so he's not going to see much at all. He's going to see maybe a power plant. He's not going to get any good intel other than I went double ref, which he doesn't even know if I'm going triple ref or anything like that. So not a bad scout right now, just a little bit early. You want that scout to arrive right when that war factory is going to come out, maybe a little bit afterwards. So if you can see that war factory in 2 refs, then yeah, okay, you know he went double ref, or he's gone war factory first, but depending on where those refs are placed. If you don't see war factory at that time, then you know he's doing something funny. He comes down with an early light tank, and I know that my War Factory just went down, so that tells me that he likely went a War Factory first or a War Factory rush, but considering he had a scout, unlikely he did like a power plant, so a rack cell, something like that, so I'm just gonna queue up my infantry, probably do a little 10-5 their actions, since you know he has early vehicles, gonna have maybe better economic advantage. However, on this map, I don't think War Factory first is that great, just because of the way that the macro is and the ORA is. You're actually gonna kind of struggle. This another reason why I hate this map is you're so limited on build, and same thing on intensity. That's why it's auto banned for me. You definitely can't War Factory rush on that map or War Factory first on the map at all. Even triple ref on the map was probably not that great, since you're going to run into money a lot quicker than you normally do.
Unit ready.
But as you can see, I did switch that SD back to first instead of that second Rex, and it's because, again, low eco, I want to get that MC out faster, and repeat myself a lot throughout these videos because that's how it goes. But SD's out, Ranger comes out since it's all I can afford, and I'm just going to do some quick scouting there, see if he's camping my or anything like that. Make sure there's nothing coming out on this sneaky backside. Since I do know he's allies with light tanks, I do know that he likes to do like 3 light tank rushes just to kind of poke at power plants. Nothing like Fazzar does with the infantry backup, and nothing pro like I do where it's like massive into light tanks, but just enough to pressure you, you know, if you can set up a power plant or something like that and push you behind a little bit. Other than that, he kind of sits back in his base a little bit, but as you can see, I'm kind of harvested all of my money in the south. I should have had one of those harvesters go up to the top and work on that single mine a little bit, but it's okay. My MCV's out. I haven't stalled yet. Probably going to start stalling just as soon as this 4th Rax comes online, actually, but my MCV will be there, so it'll be fine. Get the MCV deployed so that ref comes out a little bit quicker. It's built a little bit faster, transfer those cars now that they're completely dry on the bottom. And yeah, so far so good. Ranger hasn't heard anything, didn't kill any rifles up there, so I'm just going to do another run by. And I've got that MCV just slowly pushing in. There's one light tank, not too worried about it. Light tank rifle, and medium tank are going to be totally fine dealing with it. He's going to get a good scout on my base, maybe poking some power plants will be kind of annoying, but again, nothing too scary about one light tank running through my base like that. I could just rally some rockets around there if I'm really scared, but again, I'm not that scared. I'm using it to build a wall just to kind of do it that way. Ranger kills a rifle scout, which kills my engineer. That's totally fine. That expansion ref's just a little slow. Fortunately, the engineer, or the ranger rather, does go down as he has a massive army there. The wall gets built just in time for the light tank to get scared away by the rocket, but that's okay. Still at ref, we don't need it anymore. Just gonna give me a little bit extra income, a little bit more power stability. Moving my main army back to the side, just because that's where his big army was, and I kind of just got to hit there. But I'll set my rallies on my expansion, and have all my defenses there just in case he wants to get there. I can kind of flip back and forth between my 2 expansions with my army where they want to. It's not going to take that long to get there. But yeah, so far they're a very passive game for me, and kind of a passive game from Duplan's too. But yeah, my main army's in a pretty good concave right now, and I've hit him right as he's trying to expand into me. He's got more medium tanks there, but I got such a great angle that he's going to struggle to kill all my units. And I, yeah, have pretty good engagement there. Pushing into him now, he's going to have to run that MCV off instantly. That's fine, I'm just going to instantly move my MCV into a better position. Kill that Rax. Since there, build some mechanics, because why not? And I'm going to need some refinery here. Unfortunately, I'm about halfway done with it, so I'm not going to get any of those husks, I think, with that mechanic. Maybe one if I'm lucky, but I'm going to have that ref out. Should be nice, and it's going to stabilize my eco, because I am kind of sort of stalling. But I do know I'm ahead now, since I did have a good engagement. Kind of just waiting for some more armor to get there for me. Here's something attacking my harvesters in the back. I think it was just some infantry or something like that. Nothing too concerning. We'll poke a pillbox at the top. Yep, he does have a pillbox there, so his MC is probably in the vicinity. He might have ran it all the way back, and if he did, that's totally fine. Same time, just gonna rally that army in the bottom. Gotta be careful with those medium tanks in the W select. They really want to jump on this big screen of mine. But another ref down, another pillbox in front of that pillbox, just to be double sure the pillbox is gonna die. I'm trying to hunt for the MC in the back, see if it was there without revealing the army, but looks like he just put his pillbox and ran away. Totally fine, probably a smart idea. And I've kind of lost track of his army again, but fortunately I catch some medium tanks there and hear a bunch of mechanics from him, so it looks like he and I had very similar ideas. But looks like he's probably deathballing there since he had 3 medium tanks. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of deathball in myself, catch everything up in the middle since he's gonna. I'm not gonna want to push him to that expansion on the bottom. It's pretty well protected, 3 pillboxes and a pretty sizable army there. I'm also going to try to crawl across that ore if I can, that's why I placed that power plant where I did. It's going to help me protect on the outside flank. But yep, he looks like he retreated away just to protect his expansion over there, which is totally fine, and I'm death bolt completely in the middle right now. Bringing everything, moving the MCVs to the middle since I'm going to make more ore in just a second here. Placing a turret on the top side. That's a good angle of attack for him. I'm just kind of covering the MCV move out with my Vang army. Trying to hunt his army if I can find it. Trying to stay out of that oil derrick vision, but it looks like I'm probably going to poke into it right about now. That's okay, got radar out. Going to transition to power plant and some helipads. And I'm getting a pretty okay attack here. Nothing's really standing in my way. Not sure where his army is. It might be on the outside where the medium tank is, but that's not enough to stop this big army that's in his main base right now. Not really a great angle attack on my part, but you know it's working. 2 medium tanks coming from his little bat on his part there. Now I've got a pretty good angle on there. He's going to attack me right by the cliff, which actually we're familiar with is pretty bad. So I'm going to turn into that, and he's going to get pretty cannibalized, collapsed upon, and pretty good angle on my part there. He's using a lot of army, and that's just because that cliff and the battle will attack. And yeah, you got to watch out for those cliffs. You can try to get some crushes in there with the medium tanks, but they're not even going to make it close. He goes in and calls G's. So kind of a game that ends all at once. I mean, that happens a lot in this game. You make one mistake like that, attacked by a cliff, and it's over. He had some eco harass, it just wasn't very effective, and then he never just really attacked me where he needed to. So it's just kind of a passive game that he was on the back foot a little bit, but it is what it is. Not his best game, not my best game, just kind of is what it was. Yeah. Alright, so we're back here on Game 2 on Tiaga Vortex. This is a map that I made thanks to Pinkbox assets, which bring over some snow and stuff from TD, and then it's kind of got some shaded grass and everything. I actually really like this map, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't get played as much. I think it's actually kind of an interesting map. Got 2 early decks, one in the back, one in the middle, and you got an FCOM that is over across your ore, so it kind of protects your main ore a little bit. So it makes diving mains a little bit more risky, but you can also, depending on which way you want to go, you can really pressure that FCOM and seal it away, or kill it. The oil derricks are very easily capturable or sniperable depending on what you want to do, so you have to be very careful with exactly oil derrick and everything. Yeah, I went with an engineer in a break towards the back since I'm just going to focus on that back goal there a little bit quicker. Followed by a medic since it's going to go to that center oil. And I'm pretty well protected, and then as you can see, I'm even going to try to set up a rifle to snipe his engineer as it comes across, since it's very easy to do on this map. It's kind of designed that way, so you have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more creative with your capturing. You can easily just send a rifle or a dog just to send that back line too and try to capture that engineer as it comes in the back, but the medic is getting his money worth since he healed twice there. That is $50 of heal to save that $100 rifle. So, he's pretty much halfway paid for. He's probably getting another heal off, so 150, 200 instantly pays itself off. Definitely worth it. I'm gonna double ref cell here, I think, since I can kind of do it on this map. It's not the best, but you can. No, actually, it looks like I'm doing triple ref. Sorry, so I'm gonna be really aggressive. I know that this game was kind of wacky like the first one was, but in not like a game's over because I made a mistake kind of way, just like very sloppy between us. Try to get my rifle to run away there and snipe him. Looks like I don't think I actually get anything there. Yep, didn't even kill the rifle. He managed to get away, but move order allowed me to snipe him again. That medic's off in the middle of no man's land just because of bad rally points. But I'll get on top of that. Fine. There's the ref cell since we're doing triple ref. Yeah. Got my army split up. I'm going to send half of it to attack his FCON, and the other half just kind of protect my engineer. Got my second barracks out again since we're just pushing hard on the triple ref. Engineer is capturing my FCOM, got my power plant, going into the war factory right now. Everything's going pretty good. Pretty happy with everything. Pushing so I can either take his oil or his FCOM, whichever one he's not at. I'm gonna try to see if his FCOM's there first, and I'm expecting to be there, and he is. Just gonna try to kill it. At the same time, I'll just try to kill the, or capture the oil derrick. He's got a lot of stuff on his F-comp, so I'm just gonna retreat there, and he's gonna get a lot of my infantry. Back up just a little bit, so he's out of his vision range, and I can kind of fight him there. Especially because he's got a lot of juicy rockets, so if I can snipe those rockets, that's an easy free win, 300 or 100, you always want to do. Try to capture his oil derrick, but he has a rifle back there and instantly kills it, so that didn't go so well, but that's alright, I'll just be able to kill it. Got my war factory out finally. Gonna start pumping out harvesters. And there he comes in with some rifles. That's what killed the engineer. The perfectly placed barrel by yours truly on the map creator, like I knew was going to happen. Kills all those rifles that I kills over there for pretty much free, plus 4 rifles. SD's coming out, so this early triple ref pressure is going to start fading out right now. This right around the change where medium tanks are going to start showing up and stuff like that. So without armor, this triple ref armor is going to kind of be dead. And I'm being bold here. I'm going in against a pillbox with no armor. So the rest of his armor shows up. And yeah, he's absolutely slaughtering me right now. And that pillbox finally goes down. It's going to try and change the tide for me a little bit. First, since he loses vision. But that was very costly for me and not that effective at all. I killed 1 pillbox and lost pretty much all of my rockets and all my rifles. Not a great attack by me there. Decent defense by him there. Probably should have had his army on a stop command as soon as the pillbox died, but you know, he didn't lose that much extra. But finally gonna get that UC out in about 30 seconds. He should probably already have an expansion out since it's 4:30. That's when we would expect the double ref expansion to come out. But I'm just macroing up to there. C's got a rifle in the back there. It's a good chance that he's got an engineer running in the wings just to get there, so I'll send that rifle down. And I probably should start scouting to see what he's got there. I'm gonna send 2 rifles over there just to see if I can snipe his back oil derrick. Yep, there's a ranger with the engineer, so totally expected, but unfortunately I was slow on the draw. He's gonna get that captured for free. I'm gonna be lucky if I am able to snipe that rifle, and with that ranger there, I can't snipe it anytime soon. So then he's just gonna kind of wait, since I might as well just try to capture my own oil derrick first before I go to his. Gonna target fire the rifle there, but chances are he's probably moved it. He's actually targeted mine. Get him with the barrels, that's nice. As he deploys. The ref is stalling just a little bit, so I gotta cancel that pillbox. So he's got a pillbox there, so I said, okay, that's interesting. That's kind of a weird expansion. It's a single mine there, so you probably want to expand south first. So maybe he's quick expanded. That's fine. I'm just gonna go and take the corner, and I'll establish there. If he tries to attack first, I'll be okay. Setting that rifle down just to try to recapture, since the ranger's probably gone by now. But nope, the ranger was still hanging around there, or he had another rifle there, but lost both those rifles instantly. I only got 1 medium tank out now, which is not great, but you know, it's more than enough to push into that 1 pillbox. And then I see a free medium tank there, so like, cool, I'll take that. Then that is going to expose that I have an army there, so that army's going to have to get delayed and wait until he kind of forgets about it a little bit. My eco is kind of in shambles right now. It's going to start getting better in just a second as those 3 harvesters tackle, but yeah, you can see my war factory placement there, and that ref is kind of bad. It's kind of slowing down my eco a little bit. It's just raising how much just a wrong placed ref like that can hurt your eco. But second war factory is out now, so I'm going to be able to pump some medium tanks out, which is really good because I'm definitely behind in tank count. I hear more mechanics in the shroud, so I know he's doing something similar as last time, but that's fine. I'm pretty well protected here. I got my army on top, screening from the NCV, and I see that he's got a harvester coming out. It's kind of mostly harvested there, but moving those rockets and stuff in so they get nice and on top of that harvester, and it goes down pretty much instantly. Unfortunately, I walked into pillbox range, but it's okay. Got the medium tank in front there. He's got 1 harvester left, and it's going to die, and my medium tank's still pretty healthy. Only 1 rocket there, and it's in front of the pillbox. So I'm just going to try to snipe that refinery and then back out if I can. I'm worried about attacking my main since I haven't seen a lot of his army. Fortunately, I don't know what that medic was doing. He decided he didn't want to live anymore and kills himself. Yep, just trying to get my eco fixed. Barely kind of stalling out there. As expected, he is attacking my bottom. Looks like he has a ranger scouting my little expo though, but yep. Attacking the bottom there, and just kind of pushing everything in. I mean, I've got a good enough angle and enough armor there, and I should be okay. He's capturing my war factory, so I have to sell off the breath, and I barely missed it, and he gets the War Factory. So that kind of sucks, actually. That was a great capture on his part. But at least I have a second war, or my original War Factory rather, so I'm not going to be too in the hole from it. But yeah, I'm going to have to kill that, and it's going to give him one nice little bonus there. I don't know why that engineer was being as bold as it was, trying to go for FCOM, but it was right where my rally was. Try to capture the War Factory back, but I think he kind of knows it's coming if I haven't killed it. He's going to sell it off right now. And I got to go back and place another ref there. But at the same time, at least I can go back and capture my other ORA Ladder, which I kind of forgot about. So he's been up, 2 ORA Ladders to 1 this entire time, which is not significant in the long run, but it is nice. Oh, and there's some more harassment on my back line harvest. That's not great. So he's actually playing pretty good this game, keeping me on my toes. He's killed 1 expansion, stolen a War Factory, pushed me off this expo, and I'm kind of actually dying for a minute right now. At the same time, he sacrificed a lot of army to do it, so I know that if I just Death Ball, I can kind of push him off any one spot. And I catch another medium tank there, and every tank I catch is kind of important. Instead, he's got another attack up at the top, but I'm not super worried about it right now. I'm going to pull those harvesters off as soon as I actually get into the meat of it. I'm just trying to keep him on his toes now, since he knows I have a huge army. If it shows up in his base, he might be scared and try to defend rather than keep pushing. Get one of those harvesters away, so I'm fine. Big attack here, and he's got a lot more than I expected, so he's actually been doing pretty good. But I have enough there to push through since I'm death balling so hard. Training pretty well there, gonna kill the FCOM so he can't have build radius. Got my second War Factory out for the second time. You can see that other attack that was waiting in the wings is gonna kill a power plant, that's fine. I'll be happy to trade away a power plant for the majority of his army, but yeah, he's definitely got me on economic back foot right here with all this pressure on the backside. But he really doesn't have an answer for that huge army in his base, and I'm just going to keep pushing there. Try to pillbox micro out all those rockets as I can. I think he catches me with a little side attachment that's doing so great work for him, but once again, you can see kind of the left side that my army's just killing off his main base, and he's not going to have so much after that. This is my MCV, but that's okay. I'm not super concerned with this raid. It's kind of a base trade, and I think I have the better advantages there. My economy is absolutely in shambles, but that's alright. His economy is probably not doing much better unless he's completely expanded through the bottom, which I don't think he has. You go down to the bottom since it's more likely where he is, although I know he has that one little expo at the top. That's okay. It's just not economically that viable. So I kill this bottom expansion. If it's there, then I'll be in good shape. My harvest is just kind of locust harv, canceling everything so I can get another ref out. And he does have a base there, that's great to see, so I chose the right direction. And he's going to try to defend here, but I still got 5 medium tanks, not the best attack. You can lose a lot of these medium tanks just trying to get into position, but I still have more than enough army there just to push through. The last of his infantry is about to die. He's got 2 pillboxes left, so it's not enough to deal with that size army. Tries to retreat the MCV, but medium tanks run it down and doesn't even get that far. So once I kill these refs, his eco is going to be probably worse than mine, if even a little bit better at all. But considering his MCV there was there, chances are he didn't expand to the corner yet. So it's probably okay. Just going to send those harvs to locust harv that mine since I got so many of them, not enough refs. Repairing all the tanks that I can since I do need them. And I got a decent size in my main base now. Got the second MCV out, so I'm going to push that into the corner since it's going to be the most eco-rich place. Plus those harvesters are going to locust mine that one single mine close to me. It's not super worried about it yet. And he goes in and he tries to attack me here, but again, I have just enough army there to deal with that. He's going to get the ST, but at the cost of the rest of his army. He goes in and calls the GG, so that was kind of a scrappy game. He played pretty well. I barely weathered the storm. I think me choosing to death ball and attack his main rather than sit there and defend or split kind of made the difference there. Had he done something similar, I think it would have been totally a different game, and he actually might have pulled it off. But yeah, he had good eco harass, good stealing my Lyric and keeping him on toes there. I had that one poor attack in the beginning that he kind of took in stride and ran with it, and that kind of kept me on the back foot. But it was not a bad game at all. So next time we'll be back for the next week's games.